Welcome back to another episode from Boys from the Bridge. England's right-back crisis. Disaster. 3 players are out. Not just any 3 players, our best 3 players in this position. So in this video, I'll be talking about these 3 players. Who can replace them? If anyone can replace them, these are the players that are best fitted for replacing them. The likes of Reese James is out. Kyle Walker-Peters could replace him. Ben White could replace him. Trippier has to be the most obvious choice to replace him. Let's get into it! It was once our strongest position. We had like 5 of the best right backs in the world, arguably. So the 3 players that are going to be discussed is Reese James, Trent, and Kyle Walker. Now, all these players are a huge loss for their clubs, for the likes of City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, and also a huge loss potentially for England for the World Cup. Now, Kyle Walker has recently had surgery on his groin. It's going to be extremely tight to see if he's going to be back for the World Cup for the England squad. They're predicting, 4 or 5 weeks away still. Since he's had surgery, it's going to be a very close call. So, what can Kyle Walker bring to this England squad? He can be played on the right of a back 3 because he has a lot of pace and a lot to offer in that position. He can also play as a right back, as a right wing back. But I think his strongest position in this England team, especially with Maguire, who's probably going to be playing in that middle of the back 3, is play Kyle Walker on the right of that back 3. His pace can also get Maguire out of trouble. As soon as Maguire makes a mistake, Kyle Walker can be there. There's honestly not really any player in the world right now that's faster than Kyle Walker. The likes of Mbappe, I think he can keep up with him. But Kyle Walker is going to be arguably the biggest miss, I believe, for England. Now, the second biggest miss, I think, is going to be Reese James. He's at the top of his game right now. He scored in the Champions League. He scored in the Premier League. I think he's Chelsea's best player. He injured his knee at the away game at AC Milan, and he's expected to be out for 8 weeks. Now, Reese James actually came out and said that he does heal extremely quickly. So he's going to do everything he can to be back in time. Fingers crossed he can make it. If he plays on the right of that back 3, he's extremely dangerous. He offers England and the Chelsea team a huge amount. Most of our attacks actually come from that right-hand side. So Reese James is extremely important for both teams. And I think he is going to be a huge loss. Now, the last player that has been injured is Trent. He's only expected to be out for another 2 weeks, so I believe he will make the England squad. I know that Trent has had a really difficult time recently in the Premier League and the Champions League, especially against Napoli, when he's been found out for his defensive capabilities. He's extremely good going forward, probably the best defensive player that we have in England going forward. But defensively, he's been found out time and time again. And countries in the World Cup, if Trent is playing or starting in that right back position, countries will target him. And I believe that's where most of their attacks will go. And I can't imagine the likes of Mbappe on that left-hand side against Trent. Trent is going to get destroyed. Going forward, though, his ability to pick out a long pass, his ability to shoot from long distances, and his ability on free kicks is top class. So if he's not back in time, he will definitely be a miss. He's obviously a big player for Liverpool. Gareth Southgate doesn't rate this player. He said that he is 4th choice behind the likes of Kieran Trippier. Trippier has to be the favourite for that right back position now. That the likes of Kyle Walker, Reese James, and Trent are out. He's obviously even ahead of Trent, even if Trent was fit. But Trippier this season for Newcastle has been outstanding. He's got world-class ability at free kicks. He can shoot from outside the box. He's a really good defender, a lot better than the likes of Trent. So my prediction that he is going to be starting in the right back position in the World Cup. And I think Trent or even Ben White or Kyle Walker-Peters could potentially be a substitute for him. Ben White has been moved into the right back position for Arsenal this season. He's usually played as a centre back and he's done really well as a right back this season for Arsenal, who are obviously top of the league. Not for long, I hope. But he has to be picked by Gareth Southgate. Apparently, Southgate has got to name a big provisional squad for the World Cup. The likes of Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Reese James will be in this team, even though Reese James is out for 8 weeks. That's what they said. I have a feeling he's going to make it back. I don't know how many games, though, he's going to get before the World Cup, so his match fitness may not be there. But having him in and around the squad is going to be big for England and big for their hope in getting far in this World Cup at all. Kyle Walker-Peters at Southampton is also another option we could play at right back. He's very good going forward. He's a versatile player, and he's very quick and can get back. I would have the likes of Ben White and Trippier ahead of him, though, and I think Trippier is the standout player for this team. Trippier has been a big reason for Newcastle's success this season and for them doing so well. So he will be starting on that right back position. I can't imagine anyone else, especially if these players are injured. Let me know if you think any other player that I haven't mentioned should start, or if you think the likes of Ben White or Kyle Walker-Peters should start ahead of him. But this has been my video on the right back crisis that is currently happening at England and at their respective clubs. Let me know if you have any thoughts in the comment section below. Till next time, see you later.